Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen. This is Veronica Streams Coaching and Tarot. Today is Wednesday. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I'm going to use, is that wrong? No. Make sure that they're in the right order. I'm going to use the Runic Tarot for our reading today, and this is Tarot for clarifying. And keep in mind it is collective, so take what resonates. Let's get started here, guys. One more shuffle. What do we got? What's going on? So current situation. Ooh, Six of Wands. That's a nice energy. Present influence is Five of Pentacles. Future influence, Seven of Pentacles. Unexpected. Ooh, Ten of Cups. Challenge. Tower. Strength. Judgment. And where does this lead? Strength. Queen of Cups. Five of Cups. Ooh, don't like ending with that, but I've got to. So Ten of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. I don't want to ever go past three, but we've got Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So, I mean, with the Six of Wands being in the current situation, which is recognition, it's kind of like there's something coming to an end here. So I'm going to clarify this because this has to do with an ending of some sort. Not necessarily like an ending of a good thing. It could be, again, like when I look at that Ten of Swords, especially in daily readings, it could be like just an ending of a way of thinking, or, ending of just a bad spell, or kind of like being in a funk, or those kind of things. And I feel like with the recognition in the current situation could be, honestly, recognizing that a situation is done, because we do have Five of Pentacles in the present influence. So there's a feeling here of, not feeling destitute, but maybe feeling a little bit, yeah, like, now what's good? You know, I like this Five of Pentacles because one person's getting help while the other one is waiting. He gives him his jacket. He says, okay, I'm going to go find help. And you hope that this guy's doing okay by the time you find help. So you're kind of taking a chance. So I do feel like there's some kind of chance being taken here. Um, and and in that, I feel like you're recognizing the fact that, okay, let's just move on from whatever is over here. Let's grab these cards here. Tell me about this. I'm going to do the Six of Wands. Tell me about the Six of Wands. I see too with the Seven of Pentacles there, though, that there then becomes, I feel like the Five of Pentacles can be taking a different path as well. With the Seven of Pentacles following that, it feels like, okay, now I know what I need to work on, and I know what I need to do to get what I want. I think you do. I think that when I see hard cards in daily readings, that, like, I take them a little, especially to, like, I take them a little less weight, because it can be a passing energy. Now, I do say if I see majors, then they have a little more weight. Tell me about the Six of Wands. Temperance, Four of Swords, Ten of Swords. So there's something here. Well, I mean, I guess the healing might be over. Like, there may have been some, the Temperance being emotional balance, the Four Swords being about healing, and the Ten of Swords, that being done. I feel like, okay, you're getting to the point where you feel like you're done healing, that you're doing okay. It's time to, like, move. That's what the recognition is. It's like, okay, I gotta get moving. It's wands. It's that. And even with the Five of Pentacles, this is, I'm getting more the feeling now that this is definitely the energy of looking for, not necessarily looking for help, but moving forward instead of just wallowing. Because the Five of Pentacles, he's searching for help, right? So that means that I feel like there's forward movement here. So then we have the Seven of Pentacles in the future influence. I feel a lot about the Seven of Pentacles is just working long term on something. So I feel like, though there could be, again, something that you've been working on for a while. I think we talked about this yesterday, I believe. I did a couple readings yesterday, so I could have the wrong one. But um, I feel like it's definitely um, getting, you might not be seeing all of the outcome, but you're getting there, because I do feel like with it being followed by the strength, that there is still work to be done. So, but again, this is working on it. And let's go ahead and clarify that Seven of Pentacles and see what it says. See if there's anything else to this Seven of Pentacles here. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. The Magician, Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. This, I feel like there may be some kind of relationship here, King and Queen of Swords. So this would be like either a partnership. It could be definitely a love relationship, especially if they're the same suit, King and Queen. Um, but the Magician to me is, I think, working through, can this work? Does this relationship have everything it needs? The Magician is having all the tools, right? So does this, and this is the work being done to get to that point. Now, this can be a partnership too. It can be a relationship that you're working on, as far as partnership, friendship, spiritual relationship, relationship with yourself, any of those things. Um, but there is the Ten of Cups that comes in unexpected. Now, in this Ten of Cups too, there's a huge celebration going on. It doesn't just show a family. I mean, this could be a very large family, but it does remind us that there feels like there is like this, yeah, kind of comfort, kind of celebration coming in. Let's clarify the Ten of Cups, because that's unexpected. We're not expecting this. What is this Ten of Cups? I mean, it feels good, right? The Ten of Cups is good. And I like the challenge and the strength, because they make sense to me. Um, I'll get there, but I mean, I'm looking at that, it makes complete sense. Tell me about this Ten of Cups. Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Star. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a good feeling for sure. So this would be, yeah, recognizing a new opportunity, a new beginning for something that you've been really hopeful about. So this, and because it's the Ace of Pentacles, if it's a relationship, it is, it could be a very solid relationship. If this is like work or something, it's something that you've been really working for or hoping for. So this Ten of Cups, again, it doesn't have to be love, but if it is, this is solid stuff, because it's something that you've wanted. And it's recognizing that this has a new beginning to it, which does lead kind of into your challenge and your strength. The challenge is the Tower. And if something changes, which I feel like it kind of has because of this Ten of Swords, there might be some kind of change happening here, obviously, that you are struggling with. So even though the cards look really good, there's still going to be a little bit of a struggle here. But let's clarify this too. Like, what is this Tower in our challenge? Because it's interesting to me. I like the Judgment, because it says you can handle the Tower, basically. The Judgment's about renewal and rebirth and karma and all of those good things that you need, especially after a Tower moment. You need to come out of those ashes, and you have the ability to do so even if things are changing. So that's a good sign. This is upside down. Tell me about the Tower, please. What is the Tower in our challenge? Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Justice. I mean, this could be something that you've been really passionate about that's changing. Like, I feel like with the justice, though, this is kind of a faded thing. Justice means the right thing's happening. Justice, blind justice. Justice is can be winning a lawsuit, but I always look at it as the right thing. And I feel like this tower is happening but I'm looking at the queen. Okay, let's go back to the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Queen of Wands is that, motivation, excitement. Page of Pentacles is about, really focusing on something new. It could be a message too. I feel like maybe there might be something happening at work. Now, the Ten of Cups is in the unexpected with that Ace of Pentacles as a clarifier. So there's good stuff happening, but there is a change, and it has to do with something that you're working on. It has to do with something you've been really motivated about. Um, but the justice is coming in and is going to make things right. So it is shifting the energy if things aren't right. You may think they are, but maybe they're not. And having the judgment here and the strength means you can overcome, and that you have the ability to come out of these ashes. I also feel like with this being in the strength, that there is some kind of renewal happening here as well, whether it's in your beliefs within with this relationship, this situation, is there is some kind of renewal regardless of how it feels day to day. I feel like overall, the day to day is not negative. I do feel like this is you taking I got to do this differently. It leads to the strength than the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this is going to take, you're going to be it's almost like a patience. It's courage. It's hanging in there too. There's this that you can do this, that you can handle this. The Queen of Cups is looking at this, so I do feel like you're going through something that's really important to you. That is about your feelings. Like it's important. It's something you care about deeply. Um, and I feel like with that strength, though, you've kind of got to hang in there. And I feel like the Tower, there is a change, but also the Ten of Cups is a really good unexpected. So, um, but there's something here that's asking you to stay strong and don't lose focus on what you care about with these things. And so it's not only telling you this is something that you'll do, this is more predictive, but it leads to, so in this case, it's not fulfilling. Okay, the Queen of Cups is not fulfilling. It is, you will be looking at this from a heartfelt space. And you're going, okay, I got to hang in there because this is important to me and it makes me feel good. So you'll be hanging in there as far as the strength to the Queen of Cups. But then we have the Five of Cups here. So there is some kind of loss happening. And again, we have the Tower and the challenge. So that makes sense to me that we could lose something when we have that Tower there. Now, it's a kind of a dark card, but there's always a chance for disappointment in anything. And the key to that disappointment is, yes, look at what you've lost because you need to learn from that, and you need to feel it too, right? You need to take that time to at least identify that your feelings are true, they're hurt, you're bummed, you're disappointed, discouraged, whatever that is. But then there's still those two cups. So don't leave those behind as well. If you don't pay attention to what's still turned up, you might lose those. So there's always that reminder. Anything more about this Five of Cups? I'm going to pull another card. I don't want to end on a Five of Cups. Tell me more about the Five of Cups, please. Knight of Swords, the Magician again, and the Empress. So there might be something coming. Okay, I feel like that there could be something coming in with this Knight of Swords, but if I'm looking at it, the Knight of Swords is going the other way. The Magician, I feel like the reason why you might be disappointed is maybe you feel like, I feel like there might be something, some kind of energy that makes you feel like you can't do something. So it's not that you're disappointed necessarily in losing something, but there's something here that you go, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And but with the Empress, I feel like too, that's the two cups that are still standing. In other words, you still have that energy of nurturing yourself, nurturing the situation. Let's go out one more card and then we'll take a piece of advice. What comes after this Five of Cups, please? Oh, I'm stopping. Nine of Swords. So, well, you know what? That makes sense though, because if you're too overthinking the situation, you could find yourself a little bit stressed. Um, wow. Sorry. I'm not going to keep going because then, but this is, I mean, again, these are daily. So, take it with a grain of, not a grain of salt. I mean, understand what's happening because disappointment does tend to lead to stress anyway, especially if you feel like you can't get past it for a little bit. So you might be feeling kind of like you can't get past something, stressed out about it. Um, I would say though, going back to that 10 of cups, don't don't overthink a situation too much with that nine of swords. You have a chance to um, combat this, because I'm not saying that you won't feel it, you will, depending if this reading resonates, but you can combat it too by understanding what's really happening here. I think let's get a piece of advice, please. Oh, there's that Magician. I just feel like it's also like the Magician is about trusting yourself, trusting the tools that you have, the abilities that you have. Um, you know that that and understand that you can do this. Like, this is really important, I think, because I feel like you're going to go through a little bit of a hard time here if this reading kind of resonates, but it's not like earth shattering. There's no majors here. The only major here is the strength, and that's a good major in the fact that it's saying that you have the ability to be courageous, be strong, and then it kind of leads to being in your head. So, yeah, because you were disappointed, now you're going to go into your headspace. So, I think it's saying you make sure you understand everything, because the stress, especially this nine of swords, a lot of times that's just us overthinking a situation, and a lot of times it's because we don't understand it. So, I think the Magician can also ask us to make sure that we understand everything. So, if someone is saying something, or if there's an action taken, and it feels hurtful, or it feels hard, or it feels like, that disappoints you, and then you start getting, instead of overthinking it, ask the question, look, this is the way I took that. Is that the way I should have? And if they say yes, then at least you can not overthink it anymore. You get out of that stress and just go, geez, okay, whatever. But if it's not, then you get clarity and you can move on from it. Either way, having the answer. When you see the nine of swords, anytime it's about being in your head, overthinking something, thinking something about maybe that's not even really happening. So it's important to find out what is really happening instead of staying in that energy of the nine of swords. So there you have your reading. Let's go ahead and do three cards. Anything else we need to know today? Four of Wands, Three of Swords, yeah, Page of Cups. There may be something that you might have been celebrating something, but there's been some distance here with the Three of Swords. Not necessarily a broken heart, but distance. And I feel like this, there'll be something that changes with this distance or separation from somebody. And this, again, doesn't have to be love, but it could just feel like you're far away from somebody, like physically or even emotionally. And I feel like with the Page of Cups following these three cards is saying that that's coming back around. You'll be given a message, and a good one, because the Page of Cups is a feel good message, heartfelt. It's a gift. So there you have it. Like, I think that overthinking, try to get away from that, and everything will be hunky dory. Okay, please hit that thumbs up button if this resonates, or even if it just like the content. I appreciate it. Does help. Take care. Have a beautiful day.